Hello and welcome again to the show. What a week! What a week. Truckers, we have Russia, we have aggressive tightening expected, we have so many things happening. The market's been wild. Um, yeah, still. For the time being, I've lost almost all of my winnings. I'm currently at 1.11% up. The S&P in this time returned a negative 6.5, so I'm almost up by 8% alpha here. I am not the happiest with the results. I have experienced a significant drawdown over the last couple of weeks. We are up to $641 in point loss. Right now I'm sitting at 184. Now, why is that happening? That's largely due to the positions that I've taken. As you'll notice, I have a new position here, which is Rexer, DCP, and ALC. Those are three new trades that were put on this week. They're all option trades. Options have a tendency to be very volatile. Some of these have a very quick expiry date. Rexer and DCP, those are expiring in 5 days. What I had done on here is that I noticed that their earnings are coming up and I've entered the day before. It turns out with these two, I guess the earnings were already priced in, not much happened, but I'm keeping them open. I'm going to let them expire. The total invested here is only $161, so I'm not worried about it. I'm going to let them expire worthless if that's what I have to do. But there's still a chance that these will rally if the market rallies. They're obviously been put down by the S&P 500, just like everything else. Pretty much the whole market's been sliding. So my long and short portfolio did really well this week, but my options didn't, just because I entered and then the market crashed again, and it happens. With options, it's more like betting. It's not sitting on something and waiting for months and months on at a time for it to happen like I can with these because they have no time decay. Options have a time decay, and so you have to kind of play them both ways and long and short so the time decay is in your favor. But most of all, um, options can work against you really quickly. It's 100 to 1 leverage, obviously. So what do we have here? BorgWarner, Bind, or Beyond Meat. I'm actually down $3.92 following all of this. Invitation Homes and Rivian, I'm still up 143 bucks. Abbott Zoom up 118. Alcoa, this is only a one direction trade. It expires in 33 days. I will be adding a short to it to prevent any time decay. And then I'll be taking a bear position in a different stock and I'll go long and short a put option on that. Rexer DCP, self-explanatory. Those are almost completely depleted. That was my volatility earnings bet. And if nothing happens by Monday, pretty much sure or certain of it that nothing will, unless the market rallies and these two recover some of their losses. CWK, ITRI, $206. EVA CRISPR, that's $107. And our Abbott SWM. Now, this one here, the SWM, has earnings coming up in 4 days. CRISPR has earnings coming up in 2 days. Alcoa has stuff coming up in 2 days. We have Invitation Homes in 2 days and BorgWarner. Yes, it is earnings season, and as such, there'll be a lot of volatility in the markets, and that's what I'm expecting here. I'm expecting BorgWarner to do pretty well, and this number should reverse fairly quickly. As for my Abbott Swim, that should change as well. Now, Abbott has really strong fundamentals, and it's been affected by obviously the market sliding. Let's take a look at that one here. If you look at the price action, our ratio is increasing nicely. Everything should be working fine. As long as that keeps on happening, these two will work out quite nice. And since this is a fully covered trade, I'm not worried about time decay on this one. I have still 33 days before these options expire. More than enough time for this to end up like even in $1,000 profit. Rexer DCP. This is something I've entered last week. Honestly, I've done this just because of the earnings coming up. There's 5 days left till the earnings. They expire on February 18th. And I've done it without really taking a hard look at the ratio on this one. Had I seen this, I've done this one at a time, and I kind of just entered them because I got excited about the earnings, and they were so cheap. I said, you know what, like it's so dirt cheap that I might as well go for it. And who knows, if I had seen this, which I obviously didn't, I wouldn't have done so. I would have taken a different trade on this one. It looks like the short is definitely not doing that well, and I'm still missing a short put on the DCP on this one, meaning that it's eating up some of the time decay right now. That's not really worried me because it's 160 bucks. It's a directional bet, and if it works out, it works out. If not, then I lose my 160 bucks. Whoop-de-doo. Let's look at Alcoa for a moment. This is very, very choppy price here, but their fundamentals are strong. And what I'm seeing is that these guys are going to have their earnings coming up in 33. Sorry, the earnings on Alcoa actually are February 15th. That's in 2 days. I should add the earnings to this. Maybe by next week I'll put another field in here just so I can have it all on one page. But earnings for that are coming out in 2 days. So it will either slam down and I'll lose my 227 or 295 bucks, or it goes up and I make a few $100s. Now, in order for me to do a 3-to-1, I would have to make about 900 bucks on this. And that's what I'm hoping for. I have 33 days for that. And like I said, I'll be populating the rest of this option strategy. I don't have any shorts on it. It's simply a long right now. Let's look at some of the regular long and short portfolio, which has done pretty well. This is a portfolio which I built up slowly. I made sure that the timing is perfect. And you can tell ratio on this is going out beautifully. It's doing quite well. It's doing quite well. It's up and down, up and down, up and down. It's currently 37 days old. It's producing $116 in profit. This is the slow game. This takes a little bit longer. It doesn't have a 100-to-1 exposure, and it's working out. Let's take a look at CWK ITRI or Cushman Wakefield and Itron. Same thing. Beautiful profits. Currently 22.67 ratio, sitting at 204 and 38 bucks. Very, very good. This one's working out quite nicely. I'm going to close anything that comes up to 30% from now on. I'm just going to end up closing. And that's that. I've had a lot of choppiness. I've had some trades go up to 30%, and then they're sitting at like 2% currently, which is not something I wanted to do. I originally wanted to add on to those positions, but that never happened. By the time it got to 30, the same day it dropped down to like 22, and I had to wait again. So moving forward, if there is a 30% ratio on any one of these trades, I will end up closing that trade. EVA CRISPR, Enviva Partners and CRISPR Therapeutics. We're almost there, so it looks like I will be closing this one potentially on Monday, which is tomorrow. Very nice ratio change. Today's or last Friday's the ratio change was 5%. So as the market crashed 2%, this returned 5.5% nearly, which is great. That's the beauty of a long and short portfolio, which is not leveraged. If there are market moves, they don't affect you that much. They affect both stocks. Both stocks will most likely crash, but this is a really good pair that I have set up over here, and I'm pretty happy with it. Invitation Homes and Rivian Automotive, 22.64%. Just look at that ratio. That's beautiful. It's very choppy because of the market lately. And every time the S&P crashes, both stocks crash. Every time the S&P rallies, both rally. And just the ratio between the two is what I'm looking for. So this one is working out quite beautifully. Berg Warner and Beyond Meat. This one's been up and down. A lot of volatility on the long side. Berg Warner is, I believe they have earnings coming out right now in a couple of days. So that's what, Tuesday. And then, yeah, we'll see what happens then, right? But this should change fairly quickly. And this is a long and short equity trade. I'm not worried about too much happening. I mean, how much can this price change? 10, 20%. The outcome's not going to get affected by it as much as it would with the options. So that's that for the portfolio. Let's just go through the market, see what happened. We're sitting at 27 and 3/6 of VIX, which indicates higher volatility. Pretty much this spikes every time the market goes down. You can call it the fear index, as some people do. S&P 500, here's that 1.9% decline on Friday. 10-year yield climbing. We're almost at 2% at this point in time. The yields here are showing us a steepening curve. It's starting to go up. USD Canadian, fairly flat for the week, but ending up at 1.2724. Gold is rallying. Every time the market crashes, the gold rallies. Sometimes it doesn't, but due to manipulation, but this time it seems to be organic. Silver, same thing, climbing up. Copper slid down on Friday, but we're currently sitting at $4.50. Oil is the only thing that keeps on climbing and climbing and climbing, and we're currently at 93.90, and you can see the pump prices right now are ridiculous. This will continue happening as long as we keep on importing oil from overseas instead of making our own. Um, then that's that. That is the update for today. Not the best week. If I hadn't had the option trades on, this would be a lot better. Pretty much all my losses are right in the options, but you cannot win anything if you don't take some risks. So I did that. I've didn't win, but yeah, like so, like one of my options is currently $111. Rex or DCP wipes out that profit, and then Alcoa adds on a little bit. So I'm minus less than $100 on my option trades. Am I worried about it? No, this is something I expected. You can't win everything, and am I going to cry about it? Absolutely not. I built up a nice profit, decided to take some option trades. If they work out, great. If they don't, I take that hit and I move on. I'm not going to cry about it. The summary is unrealized profit right now is 486.96. Currently, the P&L is 184.76, and this is what our graph looks like. This is where I entered all those option trades, and it gets really choppy, but the same can work out the opposite direction, like here. Sorry, I entered the options right about here, and you can see the choppiness right away. This is equities only long and short portfolio, and you can see how much more uniform that is, but there are still ups and downs, and these just get maximized, or these get just they get larger as you start playing with options. The money moves faster. And another thing to to mention, I had closed one of the trades. This was ACN. This was originally my ACN Zoom trade. So I've kept Zoom because it has such a beautiful price action. I wanted to keep that, and I've closed down ACN at a loss of $133.12. So that's that right there. Um, what has happened over the last week? Let's just go through. I haven't recorded too much, but there was aggressive tightening expected. There's this Russia-Ukraine thing. Ooh, I've spelled that wrong. Sorry. Sorry, the Ukrainians. Inflation data is rampant and consumer sentiment is very low at the end of the week, and that's what caused that big crash. There's also that Russia-Ukraine. And yeah, they've been holding some military exercises in the Russian Belarus border, and everybody's crying about war times. Not yet, not yet. Um, we have the Freedom Convoy, Go Truckers. happening all over the place now. It's spreading like a wildfire, and yeah, go truckers. Um, that's about it. Facebook, oh, that was a little bit back. Yeah, that's about it. That's the update for today. I have nothing to hide. I have nothing but losses this week. It was a tough week. I ended up losing this week 2.06%. Same time, the S&P ended up losing 1.83. So roughly the same. We ended up going down 2%. But overall, since January 12th, I am still up a percent, while the S&P is down 6.5. So I am outpacing the market with doing what I'm doing, and I'm hoping that these numbers turn green here, but you can't win them all, just like I said. Am I going to hide my losses? No, this is to show you exactly what happens in my portfolio. Here and there, we'll go back to my trading platform and I'll show you to verify that yes, this is actually my portfolio. This is it. This is exactly what I have in my live book right now, and I'm currently trading live. And we'll go from here. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for sticking around and subscribing. Don't forget to subscribe. And we'll see you next week. Have a good day.